Marco Dominic Gonzalez, July 6, 2014, 09:37 a.m. I'm almost at 72 hours on a hunger strike. uh, and this is the third video. I think I'm going to call the Dissent Religion. And it's like, you know, if people really listen to what I'm saying, really look at my video, you'll understand. Dominic's not saying to not believe your way. I'm not. Because you have your way of doing something. I'm saying to have an open mind, to know what is written on a paper is from a man. And it can be the mood at the time. It doesn't matter. You can read a million books also, and you can say, okay, I can see your point of view when you're happy and when you're not. And to know you don't know that's what that individual says. You don't know that's what that individual says when people make books based upon somebody's life. It's like in a biography. It's like, you know, they're not there. It's like, you don't know. You have to read it with an open mind when you're talking about what they said, unless you can prove that that's what they said. You know, now we have video cameras. You can say, well, okay, they made that speech and I'm writing it down. Perfect. You can't do that for Jesus. So you have to look at things with an open mind. And if people were to do that, you would end up forming a spirituality. And then you would end up saying, well, Dominic, I like to do it like that. Good, do it. But then what do you do when you go home? What do you do when you go outside? What's your own individual ritual to God? And then how do you understand God? Yeah, I would love people to understand God like, I understand God. Women on top. The men answer to the women. Maternal leadership. But you understand God how it resonates inside your heart. I'm not telling anybody to stop doing what they do that is natural. It has to be natural. Nobody, you know, when you're a kid, you have to go to church with your parents because that's the rules of the house. You go. You don't say, no, I don't want to go today. And I understand that. When you become an adult, folks, you have your own choices. What speaks to you? If you choose, if you're saying, well, I don't want to go to that church, well, do you want to go to another one? But what is your spirituality? Because you just always have one. Because you're only here for a drink of coffee on the earth, man. Very short time to space-time. It doesn't even count as a millisecond. It doesn't even count to a millisecond in space-time. Very short time. So form that spirituality is important, but it's also important to live in the moment. And you know what are the problems you need to tackle? What's every individual's problem? So understand. I'm saying to have an open mind. Let the females take charge and do the real good work that is right there. I mean, it's right there. That's something for those that follow Jesus to tackle, man. On a diamond, you could tackle it too if you all got together and you said, you know what? What's our plan to protect those children, very poor children? If you deport those children, who knows if they suffer? What's going to happen to them in countries that aren't developed? And that type of thing. And then it's about selling freedom, saying, do you have a free country? Let's have a free country, capitalism, and let's have good social programs that have morality. Let's really exercise that. And coming from faith-based, if you're really coming from what Jesus stands for, then you can implement those things and create a business out of it. And then get those people working, because the real issue is jobs. And it's creating jobs. It's hard to create jobs when you have a small group of people profiting so much with communist countries. To not sell freedom, but to make a lot of money, Dominic. That's the problem. It's about the small business profiting with morals. How do you do it? Tell me. Write it down. Does this work? Implement it, but do something.